Hello everyone. This is Sushil Bharti, your host, and you are watching your favorite program called Rubaroo. Today we have with us Miss Eva Jakubovska, a Polish actor and filmmaker based in Spain. So let's welcome Eva Jakubovska. Welcome to the show, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Namaskar.
Namaskar.
Hello, everyone.
Hi. Uh, how long you were in India, and it is your professional purpose to visit India, or you like India?
I love India. It's actually my second visit. Last year I was able to spend a couple of weeks, very short visit as well. This time I'm only 1 week, but I always want to come back here. It's both business and pleasure. We filmmakers always look for inspiration, and I think India is so full of beautiful, incredible stories. So I came here to find a story for my next film. I want to write something probably based in New Delhi, but maybe traveling a little bit around India as well. And it's also for pleasure. It's an amazing country. Last year I had the opportunity to visit Agra, Mumbai, Srinagar, all the north, New Delhi as well, and I was so impressed. So yeah, it's a little bit of both.
Great. See, as far as the writing is concerned, you have just mentioned the story. So there are a lot of stories like Amrita Shergill. She is born in Polish. His father is from India and mother is from Poland. So there is a love story. So as far as the stories are concerned, so they must be some kind of stories which can be directed by the Indian directors or the Polish directors. So are you looking for that, or you are creating a story by your own?
So initially, I would write a story by my own, but then I'm definitely looking forward to co-producing with India. I think that it would make it so much easier and to make it really genuine, because I can miss some important details, some important nuances to Indian culture. I'm still learning about it, but to have someone from here to show me your true point of view, your true stories, your traditions, festivals, all the culture. It's so intricate, so important, and I don't want to miss anything, And I think there are many great opportunities between Spain and India, also Poland and India. Like this past Cannes Festival, from a second time, I went to the Cannes Film Festival, and there was this amazing conference between India and Spain where they invited all Indian producers and all Spanish producers to do co-productions, and there were so many opportunities there, and Indian filmmakers want to travel to Spain as well. So I think it works both ways, and I think it can be a cradle to really something interesting and something good.
Great. Eva, what kind of similarities do you see between India and Poland and India and Spain? What kind of similarities do you see?
So I would say that Spain is more similar to India than Poland. Poland is quite different. It's a northern country. It's a little colder. The culture is a little different. But also it is similar in a way that how the families work, that we are very close together. Like all the generations are close together. We love gathering together. We support each other. And the Polish hospitality that is very famous, it's also similar to India. I have felt so welcome since I got here, and I felt like home, because in Poland we are also very open to other cultures and we want to embrace other cultures. And with Spain, it's also similar. People love gathering for long dinners together and lingering at the table. And similar to India, every region is like a different country, because traditionally Spain, because of its geography and mountains, the regions were separate, so they couldn't communicate until the 20th century. So every region has a different dialect, even different language sometimes. There are 4 official languages, different culture, food, people even behave in a different way. And also the weather, the climate is different in the north of Spain and in the south of Spain. So it all influences how the people are. And I feel that in India, it's also similar because every 200 kilometers you have a completely different country,
Yes,
right?
you know.
Like we Europeans can be so ignorant sometimes. We think India is just one country, and it's a
When you come
continent, and it's
India,
many different countries in one. So I think that diversity is also similar. And maybe I would say even the weather and the climate, because Spain is one of the hottest, well, it's the hottest country of Europe. So in that way, it's also quite similar. Yeah, there are quite a few similarities, I would say. The way how people are, the way the character of Spanish and Indian people can be quite similar.
quite similar.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Yes.
And Eva, just tell us about your filmmaking journey. How did started? What was the reason why you chosen this particular field that I should be uh, uh, working as an actor, as a filmmaker? Is there any incident or you chosen by your choice?
So since I was a little girl, I always loved to be on stage. I always wanted to be a part of a theater or of dancing. I would do spectacles, would do shows. I always wanted to be on stage. But first, I wanted to have something more serious. I studied Spanish philology and Iberian studies, hence my interest in Spain and Latin America. And I studied that in Warsaw. I moved to Spain almost 15 years ago. And little by little, although I was working as a translator and I had a quite good job, I started to shift towards arts because, in the end, at the end of the day, the heart wants what the heart wants. And I just felt that I needed to be on stage. I needed to be I needed to do something more creative with my life. And that's how I started to training as an actress and working as an actress. And I've worked in quite a few TV shows in Spain, a few films, short films as well. Haven't had much opportunity to work in Poland yet, but I want to go in that direction as well. Also India, hopefully, I would love that. And since I got to know the industry from in front of the camera, I always wanted to be also behind the camera.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
I wanted to tell my own
You
stories.
felt that need.
Yes, I felt that I have so much to tell. I have so many stories to tell. And I've always loved reading stories. So I decided to write my very first short film named Color. And it worked. I was the captain of the ship. It was scary. And it was one of the biggest challenges in all my career to be the captain, to have this crew of 30 people to manage to create my own story. I wrote it, I produced it, I directed it, I acted in it. So I did everything. I didn't put the lights because that would be a little too much. Yes, and it taught me so much. And since then, I've been traveling with my film all over the world. It's been selected in 40 festivals, and it got a few awards as well. It's been in India twice as well, in a couple of film festivals, such as Cinema of the World, New Delhi Film Festival. So it taught me so much, and I've written a few other projects that I'm working on now, and I want to go in that direction as well.
Great.
Yes.
Is there any family background also? Your father, your mother's side?
Nothing. I'm the only one. So that was quite a surprise for my family, I must tell you, because I had a really good job as a translator and I had a really good life, but then suddenly I went in that artistic direction. So it was quite a surprise and something. It was a lot to take in for my family, but they wanted me to be happy, and since they saw that I'm succeeding in it and I'm following my dreams, they supported me greatly.
Very nice. See, as far as this film is concerned, which you produced, can I ask you what was the budget of that movie?
It was a very small budget. I did it from my own money. I didn't have any help. I did it in a month, so we didn't have a lot of production. And it was 2,000 euros. So very, very
Within that
small.
2,000 euro, you could manage that.
Yeah, very small budget, but somehow it worked. It worked, and it brought me even twice as much of profit thanks to the awards and recognitions that it got. So it was a good experience, small first experience, but I think the story is much bigger than its budget, you know. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter that much. Yeah.
Yes. At least you could do,
Yes, I could find a form in which I could tell my own authentic story, and that's what matters. I found my platform. And now for my future films, I'm working with production companies, and it's gonna be on a much bigger scale. You know, this time we're going to get some funding from Spanish government. We're going to do it in a very official, professional way, and with a longer time of preparation as well.
See, as far as this Indian film industry is concerned, so now you are pretty much aware about the working, or you are interacting with the filmmakers also. I'm talking about the Indian filmmakers. So, how do you see, yourself? You can fit in that particular role, or do the co-production. How do you see yourself? To fit in that industry.
I think there are many great opportunities for an actress like me. I'll be honest, I don't speak Hindi, so I know that's a handicap. But I'm quite good with languages. I would love to learn it. But there are also many foreigners coming to India. So there are many different stories about foreigners who have their life here, who happen to be from Poland or Spain or America. And I think that we just need to find the right story. Even like a traveler who comes to India, who explores the culture, that would be a great way to show Indian culture, and it could have an international impact. We could show India in other countries as well through the eyes of that person, that character, that girl who's not from here. So I think there's a lot to be done, and I think there are quite a few stories that I could portray as an actress here. Yeah.
My next question is about that, you have chosen India. You could have chosen any other country also. So why? Is there any particular reason to choose this particular country?
So, India has always been calling me. For some reason, I always felt drawn to coming here, and I think maybe due to its rich cultural heritage, to its spirituality, to its people. It's such a great, amazing country, and I've been watching many Indian films, Hindi films, masala films, and I've been absorbing it all as a sponge. And what I love the most about India is its spirituality. Every time I travel, wherever in the world, I always visit a temple, a local temple, whether it's a mosque, a church, a mandir, or pagoda. I just love to see how people pray. I love to be in that particular space of great energy, and it fills me up and it makes me happy, it makes me fulfilled. And India is so spiritual, and I think it's important to believe in someone, to believe in God, and it gives your life meaning. So that's the part I love about India the most. And also so many things, like you've never invaded any other country in the world, right? Like in this time, in these turbulent times with so much conflict going on, that is something that I respect so much. Also, it's the biggest population of vegetarians in the world. Things like that,
Yes.
that tells a lot about people from here. Yes, that's why I love India.
But at times it's scary that too many people in India.
It is crowded, I
It
must
is crowded.
admit,
It's,
but
sometimes it gives you a feel it's overcrowded.
yes, because New Delhi is the second biggest city in the world by population, but it's not the biggest by area. It's not even in the first 25 cities by the area. So it's quite crowded, but somehow it works. It's a little bit of chaos, but it's quite well organized as well, and it works. It doesn't explode. Somehow the infrastructure is there, and it goes with the flow, and it works. So I feel good here. I feel safe. It can be overwhelming sometimes, I must admit, but then I retire to my inner space. I go home, I'm by myself, and I just, recover from that. But it's also so vibrant and so rich, and there are so many adventures to be had here.
To
Yes,
explore.
to explore. Yes.
Lovely, lovely.
Yeah.
And as far as this, you just mentioned that, as far as the safety is concerned, so you feel safe in India completely,
I
or?
feel safe in India. Yes, I must say, I'm very conscious also. Like every time I travel, I study a lot, I prepare a lot, I make sure I don't go to places where I could be exposed to any danger. So that is true. But I haven't experienced anything dangerous or bad so far. So maybe that's because I'm really self-aware. But yeah,
Good,
I felt safe.
good. I'm
Yeah.
happy. I'm happy. And you are also wearing an Indian attire.
Oh
So
yes,
that must be, I
sorry.
think, people may be liking it, when you are on the street or you're
I've
going in a
received,
public place.
yes, I've received so many compliments about this, because last year when I was here for the very first time, somebody gave me a sari and it was a gift. I had no idea how to wear it. I had to look for YouTube videos. I still do that, because it can be tricky, but it's part of Indian culture. And India fashion is so amazing. Like I had this opportunity to be a part of the India Couture Week, and last week I participated in a great fashion show, and I was so impressed. Like even what I like the most is how men can wear so many bright colors, so many patterns. In Europe, it's more dull and white and black, and yes, and there's not much to explore, I would say. But here you can just wear like a proper long gown with its richness, its vibrant colors and patterns, and so that's what I'm trying to do. I'm even wearing a bracelet that I got last year in a Guruji temple here next to New Delhi. It brings me luck. It's my lucky bracelet, and I love it. Yeah, I loved it, and I'm receiving so many compliments for that. Maybe because I'm not Indian, so there's the contrast. But people, for some reason, enjoy me wearing these attires. So yeah,
They
I
must be
love it.
respecting also you,
Yes,
by wearing this
yes,
dress.
yes. They are. People are quite surprised at myself. Like the other day, I was at this party at this dinner. We were like 40 people, and only three ladies, me included, were wearing a sari. So everyone complimented us because it's important to remember the tradition, to remember the culture, and to embrace it. Yes.
Great. So, what is your plan like? Now this is your second visit to India. So, what is your future plan? Like, you'll be thinking of, shifting permanently to India, or you'll be hopping around, hopping New Delhi to Spain, or something like that.
I might be possibly moving here. I'm not sure yet, but if the right opportunity presents itself, I would be happy to move here. For now, I'm going to be coming back and forth. I'm going to be working on my story and writing my script, and I need to come back here because there's so much to be discovered yet. Um, but if there is the right opportunity, I would be so happy to come here and to move here permanently. Yeah.
What kind of opportunities you are looking for exactly in India?
Especially as an actress, if there was a role for me in a feature film or in a TV show, I would love to work as an actress, but also as a writer and director with my own project. If there's a co-production we can work on, I would be very much open to that as well. Yeah.
Lovely, lovely,
Yeah.
great. Uh, uh, Eva, Indians are more ritualistic,
Hmm?
religious and
Mm-hmm.
ritualistic. And as far as the West is concerned, so they believe in spirituality, you know. So, do you find this kind of a difference in Indians are more ritualistic or more religious?
Yes, definitely. Definitely. There's a huge difference, especially if you compare it to Spain. Spain traditionally used to be a very Catholic country, but due to the Franco regime and church playing a very important role there, it all turned away, and now people reject the church and also the spirituality. And there's a reason for that. Spain has been through a lot of trauma, so that actually makes sense, to go away from something that hurt you in the past. But the sad thing is that I understand that you can reject certain religion, but I think you should still nourish and cultivate your spirituality, because there are so many different forms you can do that, So there are some Buddhists in Spain, there are some other religions, there are Muslims also, but in general, it's become mostly atheist. So that's quite a difference. Poland is a little more religious, but it's also changing these days. So I'm open to everyone. I'm open also to atheists. I'm not judging anyone. I just feel that it's important to have a deeper meaning to your life and a deeper mission, and to believe in something bigger, to believe in God. I think it's quite important because it gives your life meaning, So it's your life, live it the way you want it, but also respect other people, because sometimes being religious, I feel that I'm judged, and that's not okay either, So I don't judge atheists, but I don't want to be judged either as a religious person.
Great. You're in the Marwah studio. You must have heard about Marwah studio a lot.
Of course.
The first time you visited us, and
Yes.
the second time you are also visiting us. What kind of vibration do you feel when you visit to Marwah studio, when you're interacting
I
with the
am
people?
so impressed. I mean, it's the biggest studio in northern India. It's the first studio, right? You have such a huge productions. I was reading, like, you've produced more than 4,500 TV shows, 120 features, commercial films, all kinds of content. And I think it's so great. I think it's so necessary, in the capital of India, with 34 million people. You need this kind of studio, and I think you do such a great job also with the school that's been created more than 30 years ago, I think, for the new generations to learn all this and to absorb all that, and to have such a great example. I think it's very important. So I'm impressed. I'm so happy to be here. I want to come every time I'm in India. I hope to have the opportunity to visit this place.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you very much, Eva, talking to the MSTV channel. And I hope that you do best in your life, and I wish all the best for your future endeavors.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bahut dhanyavad.
Bahut bahut dhanyavad. Shukriya.
Namaste.
That's all for today. Thank you.